Thousands of EFF supporters are expected to gather at Orlando Stadium in Soweto this morning. Of course, this is for the party's final rally ahead of those May 8th elections. Our reporter is on the ground, Manqoba Mchunu, who is there for SABC News. At least now we will not be fighting sound at the very moment. Manqoba, what are we expecting come this morning?
Well, certainly, Shanche, we're expecting thousands of EFF supporters to trickle here at the Orlando Stadium this morning ahead of that final rally that's expected to take place here this morning. Of course, we're expecting to hear from the EFF leader, Julius Malema, on what the EFF promises voters and, of course, why many people should vote for the EFF. Of course, we know that the party will be holding its second rally since its formation in 2013. Of course, we recall that in 2014 it held its Tepa rally in Atteridgeville at the Lucas Moripe Stadium. Of course, thousands of EFF supporters gathering for that event, and if that rally is anything to go by, Shante, we're expecting thousands more to arrive here at the Orlando Stadium, which is a 40,000 capacity seater stadium. So certainly the EFF promising that their supporters will also come here in their numbers. You'll see already, of course, behind me, some of them already starting to arrive here at the stadium to hear the message from their leader, Julius Malema, on what he has to say to them. Of course, you recall that this is a very important weekend for political parties, as this is the final push for votes for those political parties. We know the ANC is also holding its rally, and the EFF here at the Orlando Stadium delivering its final statement, hoping to convince voters and those who are still not sure of who they'll vote for, of why they should vote for the EFF. And of course, the EFF having a lot to gain in this election, with some predictions saying that the EFF is expected to gain about 10% to 15% of the vote. Of course, you recall that in 2014, the party had gained or had won about 60% of the vote. So the message here today that they're going to deliver is an important one, Shante. And of course, we're expecting the leader, Julius Malema, to deliver that message around 1 o'clock this morning. But of course, he comes here with a heavy heart, as we know that he has lost his grandmother. But of course, more important is what the EFF will say to the voters to try and convince them, to give them a chance, and to try and convince them to vote for them on Wednesday.
Manqoba Mchunu for SABC News. We will be touching to and fro with him on the ground, giving us that update as we await for the Commander-in-Chief, Julius Malema, to take the podium, as well as giving you on-the-ground coverage